Hi, everyone. My name is Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist. I'm here to tell you today about the latest job scam because I want all of you job seekers out there to protect yourselves. It happened again. So I want to bring it to you. I'm going to keep doing these job scam videos. And if any of you have ever not only been a victim but contacted, I would love to hear your stories as well, so this way we can protect others. Because again, I heard about this one and I know that I've done a job scam video about this, and I know for a fact it did help protect some people. So before I get into today's latest job scam, uh, I want to remind you to subscribe to get alerts anytime I post new content about this, about job scams to protect you, but also job search advice to help get you through the job search process. I am an executive recruiter and I share those inside secrets to help you. I also want to let you know that on my website, it's at poundingpavement101.com. I share a genius strategic plan. You can have free access to it for job searching. And it'll give you some helpful hints as you navigate this job search process because, boy, things are changing rapidly out there in the marketplace right now. Also, if you need additional assistance, I want you to grab time on my calendar so this way we can talk about your job search. It's gethired.careers. Again, that's gethired.careers. We could talk about your job search, do a little bit of brainstorming. You might decide to work with me. You might not. That's okay too. But I at least want to set you up on a path for success. So let's get back to about today's job search scam because a job seeker told me about it. And actually, I'm sitting with the offer letter right in front of me. So I'm going to read right from it. So the person was contacted about a job in IT. Fantastic. They're excited. They go through the process, but they never speak to the company. There's no verbal communication, it's all through email. So they put them through an IT test, and the person has a master's in computer science, so quite intelligent. And they said that the questions were very basic, that it was almost like that someone who's never had any experience in computer science. Okay. And then they will train you for a couple of weeks and they'll pay you minimum wage to train you in this. Okay, great. Again, the person already has the training, already has the degrees, is ready to enter the field, and is excited that a company contacted them. We continue on. So now there's email going back and forth. Passes that, goes through a behavior test. So now this is a lot of time that's invested. So goes through a behavior test. And then the next day gets a job offer. How exciting. However, I always tell people to take a pause, take a deep breath. Let's take a look at this a little bit closer. So before I continue, I'm going to remind you to subscribe to get alerts every time I post great stories like this to protect you in your job search. And again, I want you to go over to my website. It's at poundingpavement101.com. So this way you can gain access to the free job search training to help you in your job search journey. And grab time on my calendar if you really want to turbocharge your job search. It's at gethired.careers. I'm going to leave all this information actually in the description for this video, as well as in the comments. So this way, all I have to do is click and you'll be all set, except for the subscribe. You got to actually subscribe. Got to press that button. Okay, let's get back to the story. So as we're going through, person gets the job offer, very excited, contacts me to let me know. I said, okay, let's pause. Let's think about this a second. There's been no verbal conversation at all. Now think about this. Why would a company hire you if they've never actually spoken to you? Yeah, that's not going to happen. Plus, also, an interview is a two-way street. The company is interviewing you, but you're interviewing them. The company wants to talk to you to see if you know what you're talking about, if you can do the job, but also would you be a good cultural fit within the company? On the flip side, you're interviewing the company. You have skills. You have an expertise that you're bringing to that company. Will you be a good fit? Will they be a good fit for what you're looking for? That's just as important because if you're not happy there, you're not going to succeed. You're going to be miserable. It doesn't make sense. There's been no verbal communication about this at this point. Job offer comes in. Looks like a decent job offer. Okay. And person did due diligence, saw the company. I'm not going to use any names right now, but you're going to recognize the signs when you go through this. And if you get contacted, checks out that there's a website. Now, some of the scammers will say that they're representing a company. I know this gets really scary. And recruiters, if you're watching this, be aware of this, okay? So this way you can protect your company brand. But the scammers will say that they are representing a company, and it looked like a company that was on there. We couldn't find the person that was on there that was listed on this letter. And just things seemed a little fishy. And again, there was no conversation. Well, this and go to my website, go to my YouTube channel. You're on my YouTube channel right now, and I have a whole bunch of videos of people who have come forward to tell stories either that they were contacted about scams or they fell victim to scams. And they've been very courageous in coming forward to tell their story. And this exact scam has happened to a couple of people before. They say, congratulations. They're going to make you an offer. And here's the offer letter for X amount of dollars. And they list out all this computer equipment. But this is the kicker. The following equipment will be delivered to you to set up your home office. And the check to make the purchase of the equipment will be made available to you prior to purchase and delivery. Ding, 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 ding. Red flags all over this. Now, what's interesting here is they didn't ask for any personal information yet. What they asked for was the person's first name, last name. Well, they already have that, so why are they asking for it? They asked for the person's phone number. Well, the phone number's on the resume, so why are they asking for that? And they asked for the person's email address. Well, they're emailing the offer letter, so why are they asking for that? But now they're going to send that person a check. Now, when has anyone ever done that? Okay. That's usually not the way the recruitment process operates, especially for a reputable firm. What will usually happen is you've spoken to the recruiter. Maybe there isn't a recruiter and just a hiring manager, because if it's a smaller firm, then you will speak to that person. Maybe you'll speak to a senior executive. Okay. If it's a larger firm, maybe you'll be invited in to meet with the group, because it's very expensive to hire someone. It's very expensive and time consuming to onboard them and make sure that they're going to be a good fit, that they're going to be able to handle the work that's given to them, and that they're going to work well with the group. You don't want to inject someone that's not going to work well with the company. So that's the normal process. Then an offer would be made, and then maybe a background check is done, sometimes a drug test. Depends on the individual company. But you've met people, you've met them face to face. There's this new thing called video conferencing. They didn't even get on a video conference call with this person. So wouldn't you be a little suspect? Okay. I mean, there's these new things called telephones that, you can pick up and you talk in one end and the sound comes out the other. I know it's an oddity, but you can do that. And there was no communication here. And now they're going to send a check. By sending that check, and unfortunately, I do have with someone who came forward that fell victim to this because they were looking for that holy grail of a remote job, and the bank account was broken into at that point, and they lost thousands of dollars. And I don't want this happening to anyone out there. I want to protect you at least this way. If you see the signs, pause, take a breath and think it through. Do your due diligence, do your research on the company, do your due diligence and do your research on the person. So this way you know that this makes sense for you. Speak to the person. If the person hasn't spoken to you, that's a really big red flag right there. So I have this letter up. I'm actually going to be posting more recordings just like this to protect you out there. I want you to right now subscribe to get alerts every time that I post new content to help you in your job search and to protect you in your job search, because I don't want anyone to fall victim to this. There's nothing I take more seriously than a person's livelihood. And these scammers are preying on people who are looking to get jobs. So please be careful, be safe out there. My name is Ilene Rein. I'm an executive recruiter and a job search strategist. I'm here to help you get hired rapidly. Good luck in your job search.